What's up, guys? I'm Ryan with Ryan Epps Fishing. We have finally got some fall weather here in East Tennessee. That means I'm heading to Douglas Lake to chase after those bass. Y'all ride along shotgun with me today. We're gonna have some fun. There we go. There's number one. Easy slick. There's a start. There's a fish. We're gonna have to do a lot better than that. That's two. There's another one. There's a school of them there, must be. Not the same size as the other one. Not what we're looking for, but bass. There's a fish. Number four. There's a school of them there. They're all about the same size probably, but keep poking around here, see if we can find a big one. There's a fish. Oh, come off at the bait. They're here. That fish hit it right at the boat. Look like a better fish. There's another one. Oh, that's a bigger fish. That's a bigger fish for sure. Oh, come here. Oh, yeah. Yes. You got them mustads all over your face. I had them all over me. A good start to the morning. There's a fish. Little guy, I think. Yeah. We'll take it though. Here we go. Ah! This wind is killer. It's all you can do. about took our motor off the back. All for something. That is a drum. No more drums. I'm out on the drum fishing. I'm telling you, this wind is howling. I done seen a dog, a witch, and some monkeys flying around out here. It is blowing out here today. I guess the positive is, it's kind of blowing me down this bank doing the work for me. Number one. Number two, you sling that crankbait into the wind, you can sling that thing a mile. I mean, I could probably hit somebody in the head over in Kentucky with it. There we go. What is that? Well, that is a first for me. I can honestly say I've never seen that happen. I thought it was a smallmouth that had followed it to the boat. A lot of times they'll follow it, but a walleye. That toothy critter right there. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Come on. There's a fish. There's a fish. Oh, that's a good. Feels like it. Not bad. Not bad. Oh, I got that 6XD all in your face. Right there at the boat. I was just getting ready to pull it up. Same deal as this morning. That fish probably followed it. The good thing is, even when you ain't expecting it, you got good treble hooks on it. And they'll get them a face full. All right, guys, let's talk about what worked today. I have spent the last 2 mornings out here on Douglas trying to figure them out, and I did manage to put a few fish in the boat. Nothing giant, but we'll take it. So I spent the first morning pretty much graphing the major creeks, and I didn't see anything there that really excited me. The water is still warm. We're in the mid 70s, and that's kind of put a hold on things. There is some bait back there, but not enough to draw the number of fish back there that I was looking for. So I backed out and started graphing and looking at humps, points, rock piles, anything like that out leading into those creeks, and that's where I found the fish. I dialed that in on the second morning. Today I focused on that solely and was able to do a little better this morning. Now, as far as baits, every fish that I caught, I did cranking. That is my favorite way to catch them. If I can catch them on a crankbait, that's how I'm gonna do it. You can cover a lot of water really fast and do a lot of damage really fast with it. Now, these fish have been really active for the first hour and a half in the morning. After that, it gets really tough to catch them. From like 7 to 8:30, that's when I have done the most damage here these past 2 mornings. And during that time, those fish have moved up, and they were in 10, 12 foot of water, most of them. Not chasing a whole lot of shad. I'd see that here and there, but not a ton of it. So they were aggressive when they were up there, and the crankbait that I chose was a Strike King Series 5. The reason I chose that is it's got a medium body on it. They still wanted just a little bit larger profile bait over something small like a Bandit 200 or something like that, a square bill, or anything that's got a small body. They wanted a larger body crankbait, but I still had to choose something that would stay in that intermediate depth range, that 10 to 12, 13 foot range, and that's what this did. I started out actually the first day throwing this on 10-pound line because that's all I had in the boat. That's most of the time that's what I crank with, and I had a lot of problems with that. It was letting that bait, this bait's advertised to go down to 12 foot, but I'll just go ahead and tell you, if you throw this on 10-pound line on a good cast, you're going to get this bait down deeper than 12 foot. You know, probably 13, 14, maybe even 15 foot's not out of the question on a really long cast. So that created some problems, getting hung up a lot. What I did this morning, which worked a whole lot better, I got home and I took that 10-pound line off this reel. I replaced it with 14-pound fluorocarbon, and that bigger diameter line took some of the diving depth away from that bait and let it go through that rock in that depth range that I wanted just perfect. So it's a good lesson if you're ever having trouble and you're wanting a bigger profile crankbait, but you don't want it to run deep like it's designed to run. Go way up on your line size, and that'll take that diving depth out of it. Now, colors, in the mornings when there's not a lot of light penetration, that blueback Chartreuse was killer. That's what a whole lot of the fish in this video were caught on. What did help me, once the sun got up and I got a little bit more clarity in the water, I backed off of this a little bit and I just started throwing. Still a lot of Chartreuse, but the Series 5 Sexy Shad color. It's not as loud of a color as this blueback Chartreuse, but it's still got that little bit of Chartreuse. They seem to want that over the past 2 mornings, and that worked once the sun got up and the water got a little more visibility to it, and they started to slow down on their feeding. Now, moving ahead from that, once we got to 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, midday, and it got really tough, those fish that were up there, they would just slowly start to go down in depth and back off of that stuff to you know, the next level down on those ledges and stuff, on those humps. And it seemed like by about midday they would back down from that 12 to 14 foot range. They would move down there to 18, 20. I even saw some fish in 25. And what I did there, I stuck with the same colors, but I just went from the Series 5 to the Strike King 6XD. Blueback Chartreuse, Sexy Shad, Chartreuse Sexy Shad, These 6XDs got down there to that range that they were at about midday, and that put another few fish in the boat. Now, what I'm throwing this on is a Bass Pro Shop 7'6" mag heavy cranking stick. I paired that up with an Abu Garcia Revo winch. This is a great reel for any medium body and up crankbait. This reel will save your arms a whole lot of aching at the end of the day. And even the rod, if you pair a crankbait up with the right setup, you'll have no trouble throwing that thing all day long. Over the past 2 mornings, I have probably thrown a crankbait for at least 12 hours straight. And that'll really put a hurting on you, especially 6XDs and up, if you don't have the right setup. So I highly recommend this reel. So that is what I stumbled on. Like I say, every fish was caught on a crankbait, and didn't catch anything giant. It's just, water's just not there yet. It needs to cool off some more. We keep having these cool nights and stuff. It's only gonna get better, and those fish are gonna pull up. So that's all I got for you. If you like the videos, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Feel free to leave any questions or comments in the comment section down below. Thank y'all for watching today's video. Y'all make some time, get out there on the water and catch you a few. I'm Ryan Epps. We'll see you next time.